Imagine a woman born onto a Louisiana cotton plantation in 1867. Her parents were enslaved. By age 7, she was an orphan. By age 14, she was a bride. By age 20, she was a widow with a young daughter and not a cent to her name. In a world designed to keep her at the bottom of the social and economic ladder, Sarah Breedlove did the impossible. She didn't just climb the ladder, she built a new one. She transformed herself into Madam C.J. Walker, the first female self-made millionaire in America. But this isn't just a story about hair grease. This is the story of a woman who built an economic underground railroad, turning 20,000 black women into breadwinners and political activists. This is the blueprint of the ultimate American empire. For 2 decades, Sarah Breedlove was a washerwoman. She earned $1.50 a day. Her life was a cycle of lye soap, boiling water, and back-breaking labor. But in the late 1890s, the stress and the chemicals took a toll. Her hair began to fall out. In 1900, hair loss wasn't just vanity for a black woman, it was a crisis of dignity. Most homes lacked indoor plumbing, and scalp diseases were rampant. Sarah experimented with home remedies and products from other black entrepreneurs like Annie Malone.
Then she had a dream. She claimed a big black man appeared to her and told her what to mix for her scalp.
Whether divine intervention or pure chemistry, it worked. She had the product. Now, she needed the brand. In 1906, Sarah married Charles Joseph Walker, a newspaper advertising salesman. She took his name, added the Madam for a touch of European prestige, and $1.25 later, the Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company was born. She didn't have a storefront. She had her feet. She went door to door across the South and East Coast. She didn't just sell a wonderful hair grower, she sold women her own before and after photos. She understood a fundamental rule of business before the textbooks were even written. People don't buy products, they buy better versions of themselves. By 1910, Walker moved to Indianapolis, the crossroads of America. She built a factory, a hair salon, and a laboratory. But her genius wasn't in the manufacturing, it was in the workforce. She created the Walker system, training an army of Walker agents. At a time when the only jobs for black women were as maids or cooks, she offered them a career. She taught them sales, hygiene, and business etiquette. By 1917, she had nearly 20,000 agents. She was the Mary Kay of the 1900s, but with a revolutionary edge. She told her agents, "I am not satisfied in making money for myself. I endeavor to provide employment for hundreds of the women of my race." Madam Walker realized that money wasn't just for luxury, it was for leverage. She became a titan of philanthropy. When the NAACP needed $5,000 for their anti-lynching fund, the largest gift they'd ever received, Madam Walker wrote the check. She built her mansion, Villa Lawaro, just miles away from the Rockefellers and Vanderbilts. It wasn't just a home, it was a middle finger to the status quo. It was a monument to black success that proved that the daughter of an enslaved man could out-earn the titans of industry. She held conventions for her agents, but they weren't just sales meetings. They were political rallies. She gave prizes not just to the women who sold the most product, but to those who gave the most to charity in their communities. Madam C.J. Walker died in 1919 at the age of 51. She left behind a fortune and a blueprint. She proved that economic independence is the bedrock of social change. She started with a wash basin and ended with a throne. She didn't wait for the world to give her a seat at the table. She bought the table, the chairs, and the whole building. The next time you see a self-made billionaire on a magazine cover, remember Sarah Breedlove, the woman who turned laundry into luxury and soap into a revolution. If you enjoyed this story of forgotten history, hit the like button and subscribe. Tell me in the comments, which unsung hero should we cover next?